From the busy streets of Kuala Lumpur, through Malaysia, exotic Thailand and Laos, into majestic China, a left turn into Tibet, and a quick stop at Mount Everest, northwest through China, and into the beautiful Stan countries in the Middle Asia. South around the Captain Sea, through Iran, a country I'm very excited about, leading Adana all the way through Turkey, before reaching Europe and finally home in the magical wonderland of Denmark in Scandinavia. This is my homecoming plan, starting from the 27th of April in Malaysia. For the last 2 years, I have been living in China without my motorcycle, without a driver's license. So I'm obviously very excited about getting started on this trip. And now all there is to do is pack all my stuff, ship it home, wait a couple of weeks, and do the last very important research about the different countries and ups and downs about the different cultures we are passing through. Fly to Malaysia, meet 2 friends and our motorbikes, and then start riding. Let me tell you more about our plan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The route is approximately 20,000 kilometers. It's around 18 countries, depending on what we choose to do in Europe, and we expect it to take around 10 weeks or 70 days. After starting out in Malaysia, we of course go north, and then instead of turning left through Myanmar, we have decided to go through China. The issue with China is you need a Chinese driver's license, which we obviously don't have. So the only option to ride in China is to do it together with an authorized guide. So at the Chinese border in Laos, we will meet a guide and a group of riders, and then we'll ride together for 23 days. It's approximately 6,000-7,000 kilometers down to Mount Everest, and then north around Tibet, and then into Kyrgyzstan, where the guide will leave us. After entering Kyrgyzstan, we will take a quick loop in Kazakhstan, and then south through Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan, which I'm very excited about. It's also a country which is very hard to get access to, so there we will meet another tour guide for 5 days, which is a private tour. He will just ride behind us in a Range Rover or something, and they have arranged a great program for us, where we will see the most important things in Turkmenistan. From there, our initial plan was to cross the Captain Sea into Azerbaijan, but Azerbaijan's borders is still closed because of COVID, so the only other option is to go north through Russia around the Captain Sea or south through Iran, and we decided to go through Iran, so all the way through Iran, through Turkey, and then through Europe back home to Denmark. This is the final route, and I'll put a link to it in the description. As I said, I will not be riding alone. I'll be riding together with my friend Morten. Both of us are riding Africa Twin from 2018, and together we have done a lot of other motorcycle trips around Europe and Scandinavia. And you will also see him on this channel from time to time. With us we also have our friend Chili, who after a Sunday ride together with Morten in Denmark, decided to sell his old motorbike, buy a brand new Transalp 750, and then join us in this trip. All of us has a lot of experience riding and traveling on our motorcycles, but this will definitely be the biggest trip for all of us so far. So all of us is very excited and waiting impatiently for this trip to start. And we are actually as ready as we can be. The bikes are prepared and shipped and will arrive at the Klang Harbour in Kuala Lumpur within a week or 2. We almost have all the visas we need. We still need to do the last application for the Iran visa. It will be within the next week, and then we are in the right time frame so the visa is valid when we arrive at the Iranian border. We know what way we are riding. We have the guided tours in place. All 3 of us has most of our stuff packed because we shipped as much as possible together with the motorbikes. And right now we're just doing the last fine details and researching where to stop and where to sleep in the different countries, which is also something we will do along the way. So it's not something we are spending a lot of time on now. We have a rough plan which makes sure we know which way to go. So we are ready, and now we are just waiting for the time to go, and then we will meet each other in Malaysia. Of course, during our trip I will share as much as possible on this channel what we learned, our experiences, our failures, what we screw up, and of course all the beautiful nature and all the cultures we are passing through. My expectations for such a trip is always to see and experience as much as possible. The other day, one of my Chinese colleagues asked me. He knows nothing about motorcycles and nothing about traveling on a motorcycle. And I don't even think he knew that it was possible to travel that far on a motorbike. But he asked me, why do you want to travel 20,000 kilometers like that? And I honestly had no good answer to him. The only thing I could say was, I really just like to wake up every day, and the only thing I have to do is ride my motorcycle further to a new destination, into the unknown, and just see the beautiful scenery passing by and all that stuff. So I don't think he didn't quite understand it, but for me it makes sense. And this idea of riding my motorbike somewhere, like in this case I'm actually riding home after I've been living in another place for a long time. And now I'm riding home to Denmark on my motorcycle. And it just gives riding and traveling on the motorbike a lot of purpose for me. Of course, I know all the pros and all the cons of riding a motorcycle. And I do expect some very, very long days on the bike. I'm especially worried about my lower body parts. And I also expect a lot of rain and freezing fingers and cold temperatures in the mountains of Tibet. All of that is a big part of traveling on a motorcycle, and we can discuss for hours why riding a motorcycle around the world is an amazing idea. But I'll stop the video here, and then I will link you to the first video of our trip where we will meet our motorbikes in Malaysia and start riding. Once that video is ready, you should watch this one where I'll show you all my tips and tricks on how to stay comfortable on the bike on those long days. See you there.